Last night, the Old Testament reading said, "Who would believe what we have heard?" So tonight, it's another way to say again, who would believe all those things that we read about and heard? That God, whom some people don't even believe in, that God would take the time to make the world in many different ways that He did, so that it all works together, and He saw it as good. And then we heard about Abraham. Abraham was commanded by God to take his son and sacrifice him. And that didn't make sense to a lot of people today. And of course, it didn't make a lot of sense to Abraham, but it wasn't so bad for him because back there, they were used to human sacrifice. And so even though it was weird that God would ask him this, it was not something that was totally unheard of. But this God, who had created all this world, now has asked Abraham to do something really far-fetched. Take your son that you love, your only one, and sacrifice him. But it's only when we come forward many, many years and see that God did the very same thing with his son. His only son, whom he loved, he let him be taken and crucified, sacrificed by people who were unbelievers. Who would believe all of these things? And then, of course, we have the other readings that continue the action of God in the lives of the people. Separating the river so that the people could go through. And then making it flow back so that it took care of the people that were after them. And we just kept hearing things about how we, the people that God created, have been saved by Him time and time again. And maybe we have our own stories about how God has saved us or done something marvelous for us. But we probably haven't talked about it much. Because when God does something, it's so powerful that sometimes it's hard to talk about. But it's real. And then we go on and we hear about how Christ offered himself. He became the sacrifice for us. And that's why we're here tonight. Because we believe that it really happened. Who could believe this? Well, we can. And we do, or we wouldn't be here. Especially with those who are seeking full communion with us tonight. They are here because they believe. They heard and they believe. So here we are, proclaiming once again, we believe in this God who just made the whole world, got very perturbed with the people there, but brought them back salvation through Jesus Christ, his Son. Who would believe that? There's a whole world of people that believe that, but there's a whole other world of people who still don't. As I told you the other day, somebody said to me, how can you believe in God? So, who could believe what we heard? There are are people who do not believe in God, do not know how to handle a God with so much love that he did this for us. And then told us the only way we can prove it is if we do it with each other. That we love and serve one another. Because that's what God did for us. So we come once again to proclaim to the world, I believe. And I believe in God that so loved me that he did all of this. And that's what we heard again tonight. From the beginning of the creation, all the way up to where Christ not only died for us, but was raised. He wasn't in the tomb anymore. And they couldn't understand. Peter heard that and ran to the tomb. It was just as baffled then. But the women were told, why are you looking for the dead or the living among the dead? He's not here. He told you he wouldn't be here. How come you could not believe what you heard? He's the living. He's not among the